Want to know what modern-day domestic terrorism looks like? Then pull up a chair, folks.
You, again, started this in part by saying that, at which Donald Trump repeated on the debate stage, Haitians are eating dogs and cats.
I have to,
but it wasn't just a meme,
create stories so that the American media actually pays attention to the suffering of the American people.
But it wasn't just a meme.
Create stories.
Mr. Trump, his running mate JD Vance continue to make baseless claims about Haitian immigrants in Ohio. This weekend, there were new bomb threats in that town.
Do you denounce the bomb threats in Springfield, Ohio?
I don't know what happened with the bomb threats. I know that it's been taken over by illegal migrants.
That's right, Trump's VP pick and Elon Musk's strongest opponent for cringiest bloke in America, JD Vance, admitted live on air that both he and his cult leader, Donald Trump, are just creating stories.
NBC News has now spoken to a woman. Her name is Erica Lee, and she's the woman behind one of those viral posts claiming that her neighbor's cat was kidnapped and saying that it may have been at the hands of Haitian neighbors. She tells us at NBC News she has now deleted the post, that it was wrong, that she misinterpreted a neighbor's story.
Police chief, the Republican governor of Ohio, have all debunked this story about people eating pets. And now there are bomb threats at schools and kids being evacuated.
Which, for those of you who don't speak Republican, it means they are making up racist rhetoric that they're spreading across mainstream media to the point that bomb threats were reported on Friday in Springfield, Ohio, forcing the evacuation and closure of public schools and municipal buildings for a second consecutive day.
At levels that nobody has ever seen before. In addition to Aurora, Colorado, there's a place called Springfield, Ohio that you've been reading about, 20,000 illegal Haitian immigrants.
Here's one of the things. Donald Trump loves to say things such as they're illegal, right? Every time he talks about an immigrant, he makes it seem as if they have done something nefarious. And it's not true. Just because they are immigrants does not mean that there's anything illegal about them. And what is so wild to me is that they never think about the fact that they literally have children of immigrants. Donald Trump is married to an immigrant as well as JD Vance. The problem isn't the people coming in. The problem is this guy and his people here that are doing the bomb threats throughout our country.
And yes, it's continued into this week as the city continues to deal with the sudden national attention because of these false claims. Now, as we know, during the debate, Trump regurgitated this false lie about the Haitian population in Springfield, Ohio, to which JD Vance then admitted during a train wreck interview with Dana Bash on CNN that they just make it up, regardless of the potential deadly repercussions.
Just once and for all, you, again, started this in part by saying that, at which Donald Trump repeated on the debate stage, that, and he didn't say anything about the policies that you're talking about. He just said Haitians are eating dogs and cats. Can you affirmatively say now that that is a rumor that has no basis with evidence?
Dana, the evidence is the first-hand account of my constituents who are telling me that this happened. And by the way, I've been trying to talk about the problems in Springfield for months, and the American media ignored it. There was a congressional hearing just last week of angel moms who lost children because Kamala Harris let criminal migrants into this country who then murdered their children. The American media totally ignored this stuff until Donald Trump and I started talking about cat memes. If I have to, create stories so that the American media actually pays attention to the suffering of the American people, then that's what I'm going to do, Dana, because you guys are completely letting Kamala Harris coast. You had one interview with her. You talk about pushing back against me, Dana. You didn't push back against the fact that she cast the deciding vote on the Inflation Reduction Act, which is why a lot of Americans can't afford food and housing.
You just said that you're creating a story.
Public policy.
Sir, you just said that you're creating the story.
What's that, Dana?
You just said that this is a story that you created. So the eating dogs and cats thing is not.
We are creating. Dana, it comes from firsthand accounts from my constituents. I say that we're creating a story, meaning we're creating the American media focusing on it. I didn't create 20,000 illegal migrants coming into Springfield thanks to Kamala Harris's policies. Her policies did that, but yes, we created the actual focus that allowed the American media to talk about this story and the suffering caused by Kamala Harris's policy.
Now, in the wake of said chaos, the woman who originally spread the rumor has come out apologizing for her role in perpetuating this hate, saying she regrets it and she's sorry.
That she misinterpreted a neighbor's story. She just texted me, quote, "I messed up royally." And she said she never meant to cause so much hate against this one group of people. So, Alex, again, the frustration here mounting, the chaos mounting, and we're just kind of here on the ground seeing where this goes from here.
It is so disturbing that people are making bomb threats against schools, against a hospital on a Saturday morning. It's just right. Nuts. But let me ask you quickly with regard to the Haitian immigrants. Yeah, 100%. The Haitian immigrants, are they fearful at all for retribution, for people coming at them for these falsehoods?
Oh, of course they are. Of course they are. We had our team here earlier this week, and they told us point blank they fear for their lives. And we should note a lot of them don't want to go on camera. We've had really one kind of representative of the community speak to us about that point. So that's why you haven't seen a lot of people speaking out, because they are fearful. One family telling a local paper that they woke up one morning to a window broken and acid thrown on their car. So make no mistake about it. They are fearful. They say the violence is real. And a lot of them are afraid to speak out. So we're hearing those stories as best we can as this all plays out.
And again, a lot of these Haitian immigrants have come and they're doing factory working jobs that weren't able to be filled. They did not have the labor pool to draw to fill those jobs. So that's what they're doing there, folks.
But no, that hasn't stopped Trump or his running mate from continuing to amplify this disinformation. To which it has me wonder, right? What more do they have to do for news outlets to call this what it is? It's domestic terrorism. I mean, there's school kids, right, already fearful of being killed while trying to learn because Republicans would rather wear an AR-15 pin than do something about the leading cause of death for kids in America, are now being evacuated because of bomb threats in Springfield.
And right now, lies and hate are being spread about Haitian Americans in Ohio. It's wrong. It's simply wrong. And it must stop. There are those who want a country for some of us, but not for all of us. But I've always believed that the promised America, and I mean it sincerely, is big enough for everyone to succeed. No, I really mean it, everyone.
Meanwhile, the Proud Boys are no longer standing back and standing by. In fact, they're flocking to the streets of Springfield also. And as a result, local business owners and religious figures in Springfield, Ohio are desperately calling on Trump and his band of cult followers to stop before someone gets hurt.
I can't even begin to tell you how scared and anxious they are right now. And it could all be stopped if people would just admit that they've been misinformed, that this hasn't happened.
Many Haitians are finding solace in their church communities.
We have the opportunity to hear a message of hope that kind of gives me some hope that in the days ahead, we're gonna have to leave that behind us, because the truth at the end of the day will overcome.
But they won't, because they just don't care what's true and what's not. Their only focus is riling people up with hate with the hopes that it will translate to votes. But the thing is, it's not working. I mean, take the latest poll in Iowa, the state that Trump held an 18-point lead back in June. Now it's just down to 4 points in a state that he won easily in 2016 and 2020.
The most fascinating poll we saw this weekend came from Iowa, where one of the most respected polls and one of the most respected pollsters showed that Iowa, which has been a blowout in years past, is actually getting close. Des Moines Register Mediacom poll shows that Vice President Kamala Harris is cutting in to former President Trump's lead in Iowa.
The poll finds Trump leading Harris by 4 points among likely voters in the state, 47% to 43%. It is within the margin of error. In a June poll, Trump held an 18-point lead over President Joe Biden before he exited the race. A Democrat has not won Iowa since Barack Obama back in 2012.
Why? Who knows? Perhaps people don't want a president creating stories about people eating cats and dogs to the point that it's causing bomb threats in said area.
Today's apparent assassination attempt comes amid increasingly fierce rhetoric on the campaign trail itself. Mr. Trump, his running mate JD Vance continue to make baseless claims about Haitian immigrants in Ohio. This weekend, there were new bomb threats in that town. Our Maggie Vespa is in Columbus, Ohio with more.
Lester, simply put, Springfield, Ohio has been inundated by threats. Over the last several days, closing government buildings, schools, hospitals. Today, effectively closing a local university campus after administrators said someone threatened a mass shooting targeting Haitians. This in light of, officials say, a false online conspiracy theory alleging Haitian immigrants in that city are eating people's pets.
Maybe people don't want a president with the emotional intelligence of a toddler tweeting that he hates a global pop star just because she doesn't support him. Maybe, and I'm just spitballing here, people actually want to turn the page on this foul human being.
Love this video? Make sure you stay up to date on the latest breaking news and all things Midas by signing up to the MeidasTouch newsletter at MeidasTouch.com/newsletter.